Hello everyone, my name is Rahul and this session is on the call manager backup, like how we can take the backup and what is the procedure for that, right? And this session is for those who has experience in the Cisco call manager, around 1 or 2, 3 year of experience, so that they are aware where they have to log in and go to the tabs to take the backup, right? And some information of the SFTP servers that is basically it's required for for this session, right? And before proceeding further, let me brief you about myself. My name is Rahul Mora and I am having 17 year of experience, and these sessions I am preparing for those who are looking for information in the call manager, how they can build their knowledge in the call manager's platform, as well as what troubleshooting they can perform in case if any issue arise in their daily operations work, right? So let's begin this session. So as I said that you must be having some knowledge of the call manager, like how you can access the admin page, right? And how you have to browse other things in the call manager, right? So for the backup things, firstly you have to log into the call manager, and then you have to go to the disaster recovery system, right? So this is a tab over here. You have to drop down and select the disaster recovery system, right? uh, and then this page will open, and here you have to select, let me zoom in it. Yeah, so you have to select the disaster recovery systems. Otherwise, in once you log into the call manager first time, it will go it will lands to the administration page, right? So you have to select disaster recovery system, and then click on the backup device, right? And add one, right? Because you have to add one of the backup device where you want your call manager backups should be placed, right? So once you click on the backup device, click on the add new, right? And enter the details as mentioned. So once you click on the add new, it will prompt for the name of the device where you want to place your backup. You can put any name, and then SFTP IP address is over here, right? And the path and username and the password. And you must be check the connectivity of your call manager with the SFTP server. It should be good. So that's what once you mention this information, there should be one folder that is in the backup in root app and the backup, where I want to place the backup of the call manager, right? And here you can see number of backups to store on the directory is 2. That means your directory, this directory will have 2 backup, right? For example, if you're running your backup on every Sunday night, right? So what it will do, it will uh, capture the first backup on first Sunday, and then the second backup on the second Sunday, and on the third Sunday it will purge the first backup which happened on the first of Sunday, right? And then you will have only 2 backups available on your uh, SFTP servers, right? You can increase these numbers, but ideally I would suggest 2 is the good. No need to put it 4 or 5, because it will consume the space in your SFTP server, right? Once you say click, after that you have to click on the save. So this is the option over here, and your backup drive is saved in the call manager, right? Now how you have to take the manual backup, first time you what you can do, you can take the manual backup, click on the backup, go to the manual backup, right? And then you will see this option, From here you have to select the backup server where I mean, the drive where you have placed you configured earlier, right? So click on this and select the device and the feature which you want to backup on your backup servers, right? Like I have selected CDR car, UCM backup, and IAM purchase backup. So system will backup all these files which are there in the system. So this is for the call manager. And in case of Unity, the options are like connections, HTML, notifications, greetings, messages, database, and CUC, right? So these are the options available, feature options which are available on Call Manager or Cisco Unity, right? And the steps for the configuration of the backup drive is the same in Unity, right, as we have in Call Manager. So once we click uh, on the next step, I mean save this configurations to start the manual backup, the system will prompt that the DNS backup archive encryption depends on the current security password, right? And during a restore, you should be prompted to enter the security password if the password has been changed, right? So security password is the password which is you which you have mentioned during your installation of your publisher node, right? So that you must have that with you while restoring the backup. I have prepared one more document. In that, I have showed you how you can backup from, or you can build your publisher node or any subscriber node from the backup files, right? So you can do that. Click OK, and once you click OK, your system will start backing up of your files, right? And you will see the progress that like this percentage complete is 0%, backup devices on network, operations is backup, right? If you do a restore, it will reflect as a restore. So and these are the files which is going to backup in your backup drive, like platform, cup servers, right? So these are the components in your cup server which is backing up in your backup drive. If you further, if you can see that there are a number of files which is now transferring from your CUCM to your backup server, like MOH, TFTP files, right? Mainly this is CCMDB, that is the one of the common more important file that should be there on your backup, right? So once this is done, I mean once you see that it's get 100%, as of now it shows as 67%. Once it get completed 100%, that means your backup is good, and uh, you here you can see the result, right? It says success, right? So it should be success for all the components. Once everything is successful, you can go to the your SFTP server. So this I have used WinSCP to access my SFTP server, right? So this is SFTP server, right? I have logged in on those. Okay, and you can see that these are the files available on that backup drive, right? These are the files, right, from which this server this SFTP is stored in the backup folder from the call manager. So these are the backup files actually of all the call managers, and you will see that full backup, right? Subscriber is there, publisher is there, cups is there, TFTP server is there, right? So you can verify that also, that each files are available in their in your backup drive, right? On the successful of that completion of the backup, you can see that the percentage complete as 100%, right? So this is the way you can configure the backup in your call manager cluster, right? And this is the manual backup. There is a one way that you don't have to do it manually every time. What you can do, you can just schedule a backup and how you can do that. Uh, like navigate to the backup and go to the schedule. So backup and schedule, right? And there you have to mention the backup name, the schedule name, and the device where you want to store the backup, right? The path of the SFTP server, and select the features, whatever like UCM, right? CDR car. So that features you can click, and then you have to go to the schedule option, and there you have to select the start date, right? And whether you want daily or weekly or once. So I would suggest in most of the organizations, it's the backup is starts every weekend. I can say on weekly basis. So mainly on Saturday night or Sunday night, late night, right? So that it should not impact any of your production traffic in your network, right? So for example, if you have your 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 CUCM cluster is in US and your backup is happening in somewhere in Australia, right? So I would suggest to to schedule those type of backups in the after business hours, so that it will not impact any other production traffic. And once you click on the save, right, your backup schedule is configured, and then what you have to do, uh, via that you have just configured your schedule, right? And you haven't enabled that. To enable that backup, what you have to do, you have to click on enable schedule, right? So after that it will activate, and you have to wait until unless you can see that it's activated and running, right? So this is a way you can schedule your backup on weekly basis, daily basis, right? And there is some more information around the backup, like the disaster recovery systems contain two function key, that is master agent and the local agent, right? And these master agent coordinate backup and restore active activity with the local agents. The system automatically activates the master agents and the local agents on all of the nodes. So these are the services which should be running on the master agent and local agent on your call manager cluster to run your backup smoothly. Otherwise, if these services are not working, that means some issue is there. So you have to restart those services in your call manager servers. And there is some requirement on. Uh, okay, let's finish these things first. The CUCM cluster must fulfill these requirement. Like port 20 should be open between your CUCM cluster to SFTP server, right? And also these validate that these IPsec and the Tomcat certificates are not expired in your call manager, and ensure that the database is application is set up complete and does not show any error or mismatch from the CUCM publisher and IAM versions publisher servers, right? And on the SFTP side, uh, you should have the credentials of that SFTP, because you have to mention in your call manager while configuring the backup system. And your call manager should be communicating with the SFTP servers, right? I mean, the reachability should be there, and the path, which whatever path you have mentioned, it should be the valid path, right? So these are the key points which you can consider before configuring your backup server, right? And backup restoration process. Generally, we take manual backup whenever we perform any upgrade of our call manager or any planned activity, right? So, for example, if your facilities teams are saying that they have to power down some of the racks, right? And in that rack you have the call manager cluster. So what you can do, you can uh, plan that activity, but before that you have to perform the full backup of your call manager somewhere in the in the other location, right? Or other drives, right? So that whenever if any issue arise in your in your cluster, you can restore the restore it from the backup servers, right? And that's all. So these are the simple steps which you can follow, right? I will prepare one more documents and will show you how you can restore your call manager cluster, or if you lose your publisher node, how you can restore your publisher from the subscriber or from the backup servers, right? Backups which you have in your SFTP server, right? And I hope you like these sessions, and please like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions or any more topics you want me to cover. I will do it for you. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Bye bye.